Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Matt.
Are you ready for something surprising and fun? Do you want to learn a little English and a funny story at the same time? Today, we have a hilarious story from the 1970s about the pet rock.
Pet rock? You mean a rock as a pet? That sounds weird and funny.
Exactly. Stick around. We'll tell you how a simple rock became a best-selling pet and learn a few English words along the way. So here's the story. In 1975, a man named Gary Dahl had a strange but brilliant idea.
Let me guess. This is the pet rock guy, right?
Exactly. He was working in advertising, helping companies create ads.
Oh, so he knew how to sell things, even silly ones.
Yes, one night he was at a bar with some friends. They were all talking about how hard it is to have a pet.
I get that. Pets are great, but they need so much care.
Right. Feeding, cleaning, walking. So Gary joked, "You know what makes a perfect pet? A rock."
That's so ridiculous. It's actually genius.
He said, "Rocks don't eat, don't poop, and never run away." His friends laughed, but he went home and thought, what if I really do this?
Wait, he was serious? He really wanted to sell rocks?
Yes, he found smooth, round rocks on a beach in Mexico. He paid just a few cents each.
So cheap. Then what? He just sold them like that?
No, he packaged them in small boxes that looked like pet carriers. They even had little air holes, like for real animals.
That's such a clever detail. It makes the joke feel real.
And here's the best part. He wrote a 32-page manual called The Care and Training of Your Pet Rock.
No way. What kind of training can a rock do?
The manual was full of jokes, like, teach your rock to stay. Of course, it never moves.
And I bet people loved it.
Yes, it was pure comedy. People bought it as a gift or just for fun.
It sounds like something you'd find at a gift shop or a party.
Exactly. It became a novelty item. People loved the humor and how absurd it was.
I imagine it was also cheap, easy to buy as a joke.
Totally. It costs about $4 at the time. That's like $20 today. Still affordable.
So he sold millions of these.
Yes, over 1 million pet rocks in just a few months.
That's crazy, all from a simple joke at a bar.
And Gary Dahl became a millionaire thanks to that simple, silly idea.
I love that. It shows that even funny ideas can become huge.
Exactly. Sometimes humor is the best business plan. Before we tell you how the pet rock story ends, let's stop for a quick vocabulary moment.
Yes, because learning new words with a fun story makes them easier to remember.
Today we have Sarah with us. She'll explain some useful words from the episode.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome back.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, and today I want to help you understand some fun and useful words from the story we just heard. These words can make your English sound more natural, and they're also great to use in real conversations. By the way, I have to say, I absolutely love the story about the pet rock. It's so silly, but also really clever. It shows how something simple, even a rock, can become famous if the idea is unique and funny enough. It made people laugh, and that's powerful. Let's start with the word novelty. A novelty is something new, something different, and often something that surprises people. The pet rock was a novelty. It wasn't a real pet, but it was something nobody had seen before. It made people curious and made them laugh. You can say, "This toy is a novelty," or "That idea is a fun novelty." Now, the next word is absurd. If something is absurd, it's so strange or silly that it almost doesn't make sense, but in a funny way. Like, A rock as a pet? That's absurd. But that's what made it fun. Try saying it with me. That's absurd. Next is irony. This is when something is the opposite of what you expect. It's kind of funny, but in a smart way. For example, a pet is usually alive and needs care, but a rock doesn't need anything. That's ironic. You can say, it's an irony that he forgot his umbrella on the day of the rainstorm. Another useful word is manual. A manual is a small book that gives you instructions, like how to build something or how to take care of something. The pet rock came with a manual, but it was full of jokes. It said things like, don't take your rock for a walk at night. You can say, I need to read the manual before using this, or where's the manual for this machine? And finally, we have the word hilarious. This means extremely funny, something that really makes you laugh out loud. The instructions for the pet rock were hilarious. People read them and couldn't stop laughing. You can say, that movie was hilarious, or my friend told a hilarious joke yesterday. So those are your 5 words: novelty, absurd, irony, manual, and hilarious. Try to say them out loud, and even better, try to use them today when you talk to yourself or a friend in English. The more you say them, the more natural they will feel. Thanks for learning with me. Keep practicing, stay curious, and maybe get yourself a little rock to keep you company. See you next time.
Thanks, Sarah. These are great words, and the examples really help.
Yes, and we invite you listening at home, try saying the words out loud. It helps a lot.
So let's keep going. After the pet rock became a hit, it was everywhere.
Like on TV, in magazines?
Yes, news shows, newspapers, even talk shows. Everyone was talking about this little rock.
I mean, it's a rock. That's what makes it so funny.
Exactly. It was a mix of humor and smart marketing. People couldn't believe it was real.
Did kids buy them too, or just adults?
Both. Kids liked the idea of having a pet with no work. Adults bought them as gifts or for fun.
It sounds like the perfect office joke, like a stress toy from the 70s.
That's a great comparison. And some people actually kept the rocks on their desks.
I love that. It's weird, but also kind of sweet.
And Gary didn't spend much money to start. Just about $10,000 to design the box and manual.
And then he made millions. That's a dream.
It really is. But here's something interesting. It didn't last long.
Oh? What happened?
Well, after the first big wave, people moved on. It was just a trend.
Makes sense. It's not something people would buy twice.
Exactly. But even though it faded fast, it became a symbol of 70s pop culture.
Yeah, like a funny moment in time. Crazy, but unforgettable.
And Gary Dahl became famous. People saw him as a genius of humor.
I would say he was the king of low-maintenance pets.
Totally. And he stayed creative. He wrote books and kept working in advertising.
It's amazing how one little idea can change everything.
And the best part? He never tried to sell a second pet rock. He said one was enough.
That's smart. Don't ruin the joke by repeating it.
Exactly. He knew the magic was in the surprise and the simplicity.
I feel like we all need a pet rock sometimes. Just something simple to make us smile.
That's the real lesson here. Sometimes silly things are the ones we remember most. Before we finish this episode, let me share a quick learning tip with you. When you learn new vocabulary, try to use it in a fun context, just like we did today. Imagine you're telling this pet rock story to a friend. You can say, "It was such a novelty," or "It was totally absurd but hilarious."
Yes, don't just memorize the words. Play with them. Say them out loud, write a short story, or even create a little dialogue with yourself.
Exactly. You don't need a partner to practice speaking. Talk to yourself in English. It really helps your brain get used to the language.
And repetition is your friend. The more you hear and use the words, the more natural they become.
Also, don't worry about being perfect. Learning a language is a journey. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we grow.
And keep it fun. When English feels boring, it's harder to stay motivated. But with funny stories like this, learning becomes something you actually enjoy.
And one last idea. Try to teach these words to someone else. Teaching is one of the best ways to remember.
That's a great tip. So today, you didn't just listen to a funny story, you also practiced pronunciation, learned new words, and got a little motivation too.
Not bad for one short episode, right?
So let's wrap it up. Today we discovered how a simple joke at a bar became a $1 million idea, the pet rock.
We also learned that even absurd things can teach us something. And we picked up some great vocabulary. Novelty, absurd, irony, manual, and hilarious.
Don't forget to practice those words this week. Maybe even go outside, find a rock, and tell someone it's your new pet. Who knows? You might start a new trend.
Yes, and remember, English doesn't have to be serious all the time. You can have fun and still learn.
Next time, we'll bring you another true and strange story full of useful English and good laughs.
So stay with us, stay curious, and most of all, keep speaking.
Thanks for joining us today. You're doing great. Keep going.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.